Hello friends and enemies, it's me Isabel here with a book haul. So I do these, I don't know, I think the last one was 8 months ago. Manga hauls are slightly more common, but I somehow have acquired a lot of books. So we're going to talk about them. I'm going to have them categorized into paperbacks, hardcovers, and gifted. The gifted section will be any ARCs I'm sent or final copies I'm sent of books. I have a couple this time. I tend to not get a ton. It's not something I like request a bunch of, but I did recently request a couple things. So I'm really excited because I got the things I requested. So let's start off by going through the hardcovers because there's not a ton of them. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for any Millie noises you hear in the background as well today. She just got her spay almost a week ago, and today she's been pretty restless, but I gotta get this video done. And we're doing it. It's fine. I have a series I really adore and need to finish and want to annotate and reread, which is A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers and A Prayer for the Crown Shy. These are kind of they're sci-fi fantasy. Like they're a blend of both sci-fi and fantasy, I feel like. And they're kind of cozy. They're very introspective and delightful. I've really enjoyed them so far, and I'm excited to keep reading this series. The other thing I got was we just started and I'm already dropping things, it's fine. Next we have Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. This is the signed version from the Barnes & Noble Black Friday sale. I have not read this yet. I think I want to revisit Legendborn, and then I want to do a tandem read with this and the audio at the same time. So I just kind of like feel like I need to be in the right mindset for it. I'm really excited. I'm hopeful that I love it. Most people I know have liked it, so I think I'll be okay, but I always get nervous about sequels, y'all. Second book drop. Okay, next we have something that was sent back to me by a channel subscriber and member, Marvel Meow. I've already read this and adored it. This was adorable and everything I wanted. If you didn't know, which you may not, I'm a huge Captain Marvel fan. Like that's my superhero. Like, I have signed Kelly Sue DeConnick runs from Captain Marvel, which is my favorite run. I love Captain Marvel. So this is about Captain Marvel's cat. And you see on the back cover is Captain Marvel. And they're just little shorts where different people in the Marvel U are watching the cat, Chewie. And it's just really, really funny. I mean, it gives some of my favorite, personally, art, just like art stills for a series. Like, you've got Chewie and Iron Man's hat. You've got this shot of Bucky and Cap with the cat. Like, there it goes. Absolute adorableness. I love this. I'm so happy I have it. I also can't wait to share this with my nephew when he visits. He's gonna lose his mind because he's obsessed with cats and dogs. He likes animals in general. I mean, he's a toddler. What do you expect? Then I have another Barnes & Noble Black Friday pickup, which is A Dowry of Blood. This is by S.T. Gibson, and y'all, listen, I don't talk about it a ton here, but this is one of my all-time favorite books. I adore this book. I cannot wait to revisit this book. I cannot wait to see what else S.T. Gibson writes. This is a polyamorous Dracula's brides story. This follows the multiple brides of Dracula. All at the same time, their adventures. It's like light horror, I would call it. It's not like extreme horror or anything too intense. I'm a baby about horror, so you know it can't be too bad. But I absolutely loved this. I think the writing in it's stunning. I think it's just a really fun story. Dracula is one of my favorite classics and one of my favorite like folklore type, vampire story things. So this was just an immediate interest for me. Next, we have another thing I found on sale and really enjoyed when I read, which is Kristen Feehan's Dark Song. This was a rec to me by Shay. This is one of her favorite Kristen Feehans, if not her favorite. This one was beautiful. I don't know how much other Kristen Feehan I would read, but I found it for like $6. So I was like, I'm gonna put this on my shelf. So I really enjoyed this book. But this follows, oh my god, what are their names? So this follows Elisabetta, who has been like kidnapped from her home and is like trying to recover and overcome like the trauma she faced. And we follow Pharaoh, who like sings her awake in the mornings. And it's just very like weirdly soft for how dark of a book it is, and I absolutely adored it. Then we have a very fun one that I also loved, which is The Princess and the Scoundrel by Beth Revis. This is a after Han and Leia's wedding book. We follow them on this kind of almost cozy adventure, I feel like, very insular, and it was really fun. I listened to the audio of this, but I had to pick up the Barnes & Noble exclusive because I wanted the poster. So the poster that is includes this book cover, but also has a photo of Han and Leia kissing from the movies. And it's so cute. Anyways, I need to like actually take that out and frame it. This was delightful. It was the story I didn't know I needed in the Star Wars universe, and I am ecstatic I read it. I need to continue my exploration of the Star Wars universe via novels, because I've enjoyed most of the ones I've read, and honestly Grumps loves them, so like I should give them a try. And then we have one of the nerdiest purchases, but it's fine. I have the Captain America Penguin Classic hardbound. It is still wrapped in plastic. I will read it someday, but this was just like I have to have it purchased because I do love my Captain America and I love comics. So yeah, this was like when it came out, I had to get it before it was gone. So I have Lost in the Moment and Found by Shauna McGuire. Picked this up in January when Shay visited because I had her discount to use at Barnes, and I love this series. I own all the other ones, so this was an easy pickup. I enjoyed this one a lot. I don't think I loved it as much as the other ones. And then I also have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia Fairies, which I just read and was in my last weekly vlog, I think, or my upcoming one. I'm not sure which. It's coming up, or if it hasn't already happened. This was okay for me. I am going to continue the series, but almost a disappointment. For me, it was a formatting issue as far as it being journal entries, and I didn't realize that. So that's on me. That's on me a little bit. But I'm curious if that'll probably pick up book 2. And this cover is just absolutely delightful. Something I don't think I've hauled yet, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't go back and check. So we're just gonna quickly go ahead and say that I got these. I got the Peculiar Taste box set 1. I did get the full like swag box situation. I'm probably only gonna get the hardcovers for the next one, but anyways, I've got the Demon's Bargain, the Death God's Sacrifice, okay, the Hellmouth's Guardian Lover, and then the Vixen's Deceit. And then we have the Fae Queen's Captive and the Captive Merman's Promise. I've read 2, so I've only read the first volume, which are these 2, and I need to finish these. But they're decent, we'll say. I don't know that I'm going to love all of them enough. This is where I struggle. I don't know if I love them enough to do round 2, but like there are some authors I really like on round 2, so I kind of want to. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not a huge pirate person either, so I'm really torn. But I also don't want to miss out. I hate that part. FOMO's real. Okay, we're going to move into all the paperbacks that I have. This is a big stack. We're going to start with some of the graphic novels I've recently gotten. So if you know anything about my podcast listening, I love the McElroy brothers, which means I did indeed pick up the Adventure Zone, the 11th Hour, which is volume 5, which is wild. I still need to read volume 4 of their graphic novel. I love the Adventure Zone. It's one of my favorite podcasts to listen to, so this is an easy pickup. The first season of Taz is one of my all-time favorites, so just like absolutely had to get Trace Horny Boys, as they call themselves. And then I also finally picked up Heartstopper Volume 3 and 4. I do think I've read this all the way through. If not, I think I left off on Volume 3. I know I already owned 1 and 2, but I'd forever not been able to find 3 and 4 in stores when I went in lately, so I went ahead and picked them up. I'm excited to finish the series out. I find it really sweet and fun. Charming, to say the least. Okay, so I think this is my one non-romance title I've bought recently, which is Finley Donovan is Killing It. I found it at Half Price Books. Couldn't turn it down. I do need to get the rest of the series, but I love this series. It's such a fun, weird and wild thriller mystery situation. Very funny, very silly. If you haven't checked out Finley Donovan and it's piqued your interest before as far as a woman accidentally finding herself as a hitman, check it out, because she's an author who gets hired to be a hitman, and through quirks and madcap adventures ends up solving a crime a few times over. Next, I have the Barbarians Prize by Ruby Dixon. I am collecting and buying all the new covers as they come out. I specifically order them from the Story on the Square because then you get this, which is really exciting every single time I get it. This one in particular also came with a keychain and stickers. Usually it comes with at least the placard and stickers, so I love that aspect of it. I think it's well worth it. I love these new covers. I think they're amazing. I love this series. It's always going to have a soft spot for me because it's like one of the first monster alien romances I read. Then I also picked up, while she visited in January, Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail by Ashley Herring Blake. I need to read this one still, but it was signed by the author. She was at Parnassus, so I couldn't resist picking up a copy for myself at the very least. Okay, the next one is something I pre-ordered for Authors in the Bluegrass and realized I never hauled. And something I DNF'd and returned the audiobook because I DNF'd it that quickly. The Chameleon Effect by Joe Arden. I have this signed and personalized to me, so I'm keeping it. I did not like this book. So it's just kind of always going to be a funny memory to me. There's a small group of us that have signed copies that I think all DNF'd it. So it's fine. Sometimes I think people are just better at narrating than writing. So that's my hot take. The next thing is something I had to get because they're going away, and I do love these books. So I did get That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. Yes, by Kimberly Lemming. I love the old covers. They're going away, unfortunately. So she said they'll come back as special editions, but I just wanted to go ahead and pick these up because she's going to be at Steamy Lit Con and I will be there. So I'm hoping to get these signed by her while I'm there. And maybe she said she might have book 3 covers as well. So I did also get That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. Again, love these covers. They're so fun. I couldn't resist them. Next we have 2 Dahlia Davies. So I do have Railed by the Easter Bunny by Dahlia Davies and Railed by Krampus by Dahlia Davies. I got gifted these by Esty, I believe, both of them. So thank you, Esty. If anybody gave me any of these books and I don't mention you, I promise I appreciate and love you so much. And I never expect things from people. So whenever I get stuff, I'm always like very surprised. But I usually stick the notes in there, but sometimes they fall out. So that's on me and I apologize. But yeah, I love these. These are some of my favorite monster books. I need to read sequel to The Easter Bunny or Railed, right? Whatever the next book is, book 2, because these have been so fun and they're just ridiculous and I love them for it. Okay, and another one from Esty. Esty, you spoil me. I didn't realize I had this. I mean, again, I haven't hauled in like 8 months. So I have the 4 Seasons Volume 1 by Legia Cott. These contain 4 of my favorite novellas. If you, it's so stunning inside too. It's really pretty. Anyways, if you haven't read Legia Cott yet and you're looking for really fun, spicy novellas, I can't recommend her 4 Seasons series enough. I can't wait for Mother's Day. I'm really excited to see what she does with that. Next, I have Sweet Berries by Siam Acosta. I got this via her Patreon. I was briefly a Patreon member for her. So this is the book I got when I was a member. And I love this book, so I'm really happy I got a signed copy. It's a very cute, very fun, delightful read if you want a Mothman hero. Next, I have a book that Jay got me for Christmas, which is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. She got this for me while she was visiting, and I really enjoyed this. I think this was such an interesting book dealing with grief and romance and weird setups for romance. And you know what I love? A weird romance setup. So unsurprising, I enjoyed this so much. So next I have Summoning Up Love by Cynthia Williams. I need to read the sequel. I need to read the other books in the series actually in general. This is a paranormal romance that will make you crave waffles. It is set in the South. I think set around Charleston, like in the Low Country. I realize that's a reference on Everyone on Chance, whatever. Anyways, this is a really fun Harlequin. I highly recommend it. It is a paranormal investigator and a skeptic who find love and have to solve what's going on in this house that she lives in with her grandma. Then I also got gifted Shamrocked by Jolie Sue Burkhart. I was part of a promotion group where you got sent out books and I filmed some content for TikTok with it. So here's this. I read this. It was interesting. Not my favorite. Not my least favorite Jolie Sue Burkhart. So yeah, it's one that I don't think I'll continue the series on. I thought I would, but I don't think I will. Next we have one of my favorite things. Shipwrecked by Olivia Dade. This is the regular cover, but oh my god. Let me not drop things. But this is the special edition cover I got because I pre-ordered from Love Sweet Arrow with the clinch. I loved Shipwreck. It was great. I don't think it was as still my favorite as much as Spoiler Alert and All the Feels were, but I still really loved this. So Olivia Dade is just a favorite for me. That's that plain and simple. It's just a fact. Okay, so we're going to go through the last of my Authors in the Bluegrass set. So first up, I have Down and Dirty by Mari Carr. I loved this book. This was a fun trio throuple situation. It's 2 best friends. There's no sword crossing, unfortunately. But I really enjoyed this and I do want to read the rest of the series. It was very fun. Jess is trying to protect her son. She is basically been living out of her car and in homeless shelters. And these 2 men that come in the restaurant she works at find out and decide to help her. And it's really sweet and fun and sexy, sexy, sexy book. So, good times. Next, we have my Nikki Sloan stack. So, because Nikki Sloan was also at a Polycon and Authors in the Bluegrass, I was like, well, I'm going to get most of the books signed at Authors in the Bluegrass because that's a 4-hour drive and not a flight. So, your girl finished her Filthy Rich American series. So, I've got The Obsession, The Deception, The Redemption, and The Temptation, all signed. So that was really nice to go ahead and pick up. It was fun to see them again, and see her and her husband again, and just get to be like, hi, I just saw you at Polygon and I'm here. I'm back. I was like, I could drive to this, so I brought more books. All right, hold on one second. One more stack. Okay, next I have Sarah Kate. So I met Sarah Kate at the event, and I had read 2 out of the 4 books, and now I read 3 out of the 4 books. So, I have thoughts. I'm going to read the next one, and I might try the newest one, but I might also just stop if I don't like Mercy. So I read Praise, of course, the classic. This is the ex's dad, owns the Kink Club, delightful. Then Eyes on Me, didn't love as much. Felt weirdly anti-sex positive for books about Kink Club owners and co-owners. Then I have Give Me More, which is a throuple. Her husband's best friend and her all enter into a throuple. I felt like this should have been hotter than it was. And like, it had my name. Like, the main character had my name. So like, it should have been really hot. Nope, not that hot. And then last we have Mercy, which is the owner's son from book 1, I believe, and a dominatrix. So I know this one isn't everyone's favorite either. So I'm just really curious. If I like this one, I'm going to continue. If I don't, I'm done with this series. And I'm totally chill having owned it all. Okay, and then last I have my final 2 Fae Prince volumes, Vicious Lost Boys volumes. We have their Vicious Darling special edition from Nikki's Patreon, and then we have the Fae Princes from Nikki's Patreon as well. So I got these 2 in the mail finally, and I'm officially done with this series. We are still probably having a live for the Fae Princes. May's had a lot going on, so we haven't been able to schedule it yet, but we'll see. I don't know. We might not have a live. I hate to say that because we've done one for every other book, but I had a lot of not fun thoughts about this last one, so we'll see. This is the author stack I've been saving. This is my Katie Roberts stack. I am a member of her Patreon, so I get every single one of her books as they come out. I also get her audios. I love it. It's one of the best author Patreons I've ever joined. So I've got Radiant Sin, which I came in the mail. And then I have, let's see, these came first. So I got the Demon's Bargain cover from her Patreon that matches all the other ones. I also got the Kraken Sacrifice and the Gargoyle's Captive, which, like I said, they all kind of like match together and have the foiling. I also got the Dark Olympus Shorts Volume 1. I think this just contains a bunch of the short stories she wrote us on her Patreon. I know Stoneheart's in here, and I don't know what else is in here, to be honest with you. Okay, we're going to talk about gifted things I got sent via, gifted as in sent via publishers. Like I said, I don't sign up for a lot of these, so I've just recently started getting some things from Bloom Books, which has been delightful. And I've got a couple other things on the way, I know, for the next haul that'll be included, but let's talk about these. So I have 2 sets of one series because I forgot I requested it. Didn't think I was going to get it, and then it just showed up. So I have 2 sets. I'm probably going to do a giveaway after Steamy Lit when I get them all signed. This is my plan. So the thing I have 2 sets of, since I bought and then got gifted a set, is the Priest, Saint, and Sinner trilogy? Duology? Isabel, it is not a duology, it's a trilogy. Anyways, I have 2 sets of these now, so giveaway coming at some point. But yeah, I have Priest by Sierra Simone, Saint by Sierra Simone. This is book 3. This is the only one of this I haven't read yet. And then we also have Sinner, my favorite. I was really excited that I got sent these. I honestly, like, truly did not expect it, which is why, like I said, I bought them. And I was like, whatever, I'll buy them. I'll have them for Steamy Lit. And then I was like, oh shit, what's this giant box on my doorstep? Because I got 3 other Sierra Simones. And I'm telling you, just things I don't expect. Again, I don't ask for mini print copies of things because it's not my jam. Like, I like putting my faves on my shelf. So, yeah. Giveaway coming after Steamy Lit. And then I also got sent the new Camelot Trilogy by Sierra Simone from Bloom Books. So I got American Queen, American Prince, and American King. I'm really excited for these. I've only read American Queen, and I'm probably going to revisit it and read the whole series. Because I'd be curious what I think now. When I read this as an early romance reader, I had mixed feelings on it, but I still liked it. But I feel like my reading now, I might love it. So, you know, we evolve and grow. It's cool. But I was just really excited to get these. Again, just pumped to own them, to be honest with you. Okay, and the last book is Bewitched by Laura Thalassis, which literally showed up today. And I was like, oh, I should film this haul. So I have an e-arc of this, and I've read a little bit of it, and I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm excited to read more. This is a college setting, Coven Magical College School Academia thing. She's 20, she's trying to get accepted. She keeps getting declined because her memory is lost when she uses her magic. Like her powers are slowly devouring her memory, which is terrifying. But she has to go on a quest to try and get into the school. So she goes on a different quest than the original one she did, and accidentally awakens this warrior who's been asleep for hundreds of years, and he thinks she's his wife, the one who put him to sleep. And I'm just excited for it. You know, it sounds banana pants and witchy, two favorite things. So I'm really excited to finish this up, but it comes out the day this video goes up. If you're curious about it, it'll be on KU as well. Okay, I'm having my makeup still. I'm downstairs. I got 2 more books sent to me by the publisher. I didn't realize they were coming today. Thank you, Dana, because she DM'd me after I reviewed this one and sent it to me, which is Forget Me Not by Julie Soto, which I freaking loved, and am so pumped to get final copies of when it comes out in freaking July. I read it way ahead, but I loved this. It was in a recent blog. If you're curious, it'll also be in my end of month favorites. And I also got Dark Succession by Katie Robert, which is actually a reread for me. I've read this already, and I'm really excited for her re-release of this series. I love these covers. They're stunning, and I'm just excited for them to come out. But yeah, 2 more books came. All right, back to regular me in front of the ring light now, but I figured I'd add them before I forget. Yeah, that is my entire book haul. This was long. I'm sorry. I'm sure it won't be as long when I edit it. But yeah, that's everything-ish that I bought. I probably missed something. I can guarantee I missed something, but that's fine. They can go in the next one. I'll see you in like 8 months. So I'll see you in like November, December probably again for a book haul at the soonest. Because we know I really don't buy a ton of physical books. So yeah, we'll see you then. If you made it this far, let me know the most recent book you picked up. And if you don't want to do that, you can leave me a book stack emoji. I'll have links to all of these books for you down below, as well as links to my friend anywhere on the internet, and I will talk to y'all very soon. Bye!
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what